Hi, Philip. I quite like this section. You really um, astutely, or what is the word I'm looking for? Yeah, astutely is fine. Uh, Present the data and provide some examples, and I think it's very clean and uh, um, easy to follow. There are a couple areas though that are problematic, and um, one of the temptations, especially with qualitative data, is to start to explain the qualitative, like why this happened, and interpret. An explanation, interpretation go in the discussion. They don't go here in the results section. So you have to refrain from explaining and just present the data. So that's one point, and I make some things by I cross things out here and say, hey, these results suggest that, but that's for you to say in the results section, not here. Okay. And then why isn't that highlighting? I wonder. That's interesting. There we go. And then you talk about the negative film, which is nice. The limitations. Again, this is interpretation here, so I have encouraged you to save it for the other day, like the a rainy day, the discussion part. And then sorry, I'm having trouble highlighting. Anyway, back on point. But now you move to data integration. And I think you have to be careful here because you have a survey of questions that really honestly could have used some review because they're not the best questions. And they're very simple, and you don't get much out of that. And so all you're going to get is general positive. That's or positive or negative or neutral sentiments. You can't get more from uh, a purely quantitative analysis, and that's why you do the qualitative analysis. So instead of convergence and divergence in this particular situation, I don't, it can easily be explained by the format of the that you that you've asked things. You've asked numerical questions and now you've asked open-ended questions. And of course they're going to give you more detail. So I think you should look at it as just what the qualitative data add. Yes, there's this, and there's this. I think this is fine, having this little summary here, and then I think you end it. This convergence divergence, it's too much of a story that really isn't there. Um, we see the results from this table. We see the results as you explain them. You explain them quite well up before. Like we see oh, the quantitative said this, but this was the qualitative results. It's very clear by now that the qualitative results add more. So we don't need this long section here restating it. Um, and that may be why this is a bit long in terms of the thesis. I don't know. I'll see as I go through. But you have to give, you don't want the reader. I mean, this is basically a survey of really about, I don't know, 9 questions and some open-ended comments. And it's important for you to analyze them, but don't make too much out of that. I think you've made your point. Um, uh, Talking about the differences in the convergence and divergence of quantitative and qualitative data isn't really the point of this. The point, and I understand why you do this. This is an attempt of triangulation, even though it's only two things. Uh, but you can do that as you write the discussion, and if you want to talk about it more in detail, But you already do it. You explain it. These are brought together. So I don't. I think I would be wary of having this long section about um, divergence and convergence because you've made this point already. Yes, there's areas that are divergent, and there's areas where qualitative data can explain it more. So I hope that's clear. Okay.